Why was Spangle so scared? I don't know. Guys, we are live and I'm excited. I couldn't rhyme live with anything. This is not going to be a good night for improv. I didn't have anything written down. My rhyming. Courtney, you are. Yeah, there you go. You got this.
I was trying to.
You're on top.
I was too high originally.
Whoa, we are not doing that. No, none of that kind of playing. You weren't too high. You were just a little bit off. Okay, so we are going to. I'm going to lay this out here ahead of time. We are going to take a break. Not now, but we have a planned break now
break
at like. I don't know. Do you guys want to do 9:15?
I'm ready for a break now. It's been a lot.
But I've been here since 7:30.
Yeah,
9:15 sounds fine to me.
I feel like 9:15 is a good amount.
I feel like that comment is directed at me.
Oh well, maybe.
I'll just start drinking now.
What are you talking about? Yes, drink your water. That's good stuff. We should all be nice and prepped for a bathroom break at like 9:15. So if 9:10, 9:15, if there's a logical break point, we're gonna take a quick short break, and that should work out nice. So we're trying something new. I'm very excited because we've got I've opened up an extra browser, and that way you guys are gonna see what the characters see, and that is different from what I see as the DM. So you've got the character view as the background here that I'm overlaid on the stream, which could be nice. I don't know. We'll see. So you guys are here in Phandalin, which is what we're looking at here. I'm trying to find a good zoom level, and then I'll try to not mess with it once we're set. Like we can be zoomed in a little bit more. So if anybody
want to recap, or are we just going to dive in?
Recap.
If anybody has the balls to do a recap, I say go for it. What happened last time?
Well,
previously on the Real House Elves of New Phandalin, Season 1.
That's a good announcer voice. So you're gonna follow up?
So, if only we had a bard.
Fired. So I'll take a stab at it. We all met in a pub in New Phandalin. We were headed out east on the Tribor Trail. We met the barkeep Tobelin, and I was traveling with Spangle. And Spangle and I are friends. We're very friendly on the Tribor Trail. We're setting up lots of churches, trying to get more recruits in for the Church of Life. On the outside of the city, there were two rangers, and they met a warlock, and the warlock was planting trees, and they thought that was strange. And I tried to drum up some business in the pub, and Tolwyn was very excited about that. And he talked about a wreck down on the coast, a lighthouse wreck with some possible treasure. And he pointed us in the direction of Harblin Wester, the town master. And the town master, Harblin, there was a little scuffle at the pub, but we handled that without incident. And we did not handle the other thing without incident. We tried to kill a Manicore, and before that, I'm jumping ahead. We found some jobs on the job poll, and Harblin was very adamant about us not fighting the dragon, almost to the point of making sure we do not fight a dragon. He said the dragon was a Gnomengarde, and then we went south, and we told Shanti, the midwife, and to warn her about the dragon. And the rangers luckily took out their food and kind of fed the Manicore after we shot him. And Luxie healed his wing, as Luxie does, and I think actually befriended Manny the Manicore on some level, on some spiritual level, possibly. And we went back to get paid, and we got 25 gold, and they gave it to the bard, which he is holding, which I don't know why they would give it to the bard. but they did, and because they don't know the bard very well, but he seems trustworthy. He's got that face, and yeah.
As like a point of correction, you said that you guys tried to kill the Manticore, and that was kind of pathetic for an attempt to kill. I would say that you harmed him a bit, I would say.
Wow.
It was a
We
scratch.
negotiated with him.
We scratched him, and then we realized that was not the way to go.
It was a
He
good
was very
pivot.
upset. He was very upset about that.
He was a good sport.
He really he
really
was
was a good sport.
I sadly had forgotten to have my dice next to me, so that's what I was off grabbing. But I could hear everything with these wonderful Steel Series Arctis Pro 9 whatever headset. So that was
Not a
fun.
sponsor.
Bought to you by them, yeah.
Yeah, no, this stream is not brought to you by Steel Series. I just like the
Yeah,
product, so I
he
like
had to
to
give that money.
make sure that they know about it. If these would have been given to me, I'd been very happy because they were not cheap, even though they're refurbished. That was a wonderful recap. Thank you very much, Mr. Bard. Does anybody have anything that was that they felt was necessary to bring up that was missed?
I think we're back in town and ready to see what's next.
You are back in town, and hopefully, I mean,
And we leveled up off at the air.
Oh yeah.
We're all level 2.
oh yeah, no, you know what? That's actually a great call. Can you guys give me just a quick update on maybe things that you took for your characters? Like, what can we expect to see coming with your level 2-ness? Clovis.
What? I'll talk more. Sure. So what you'll notice is that I'm a jack of all trades now, and we might need some rest. And if we do need some rest, I have a song of rest. But I realized my folly in trying to shoot the Manticore with rubber bands, and I took a sleep spell. So to be more. I studied up, and I took a nap under an oak tree and woke up going, whoa, the sleep spell. I'm going to use that more often. So
Was it one of Kaire's oak trees?
it may have been. It was very
Never know.
comfortable. You could never know.
It's good. It's so mysterious. All right, so we've got a jack of all trades. What about Kaire? What are we going to see from you at this level 2?
Well, you haven't seen anything from me yet. I ran by the Manticore. But Kair picked up ritual casting, and he picked up it's called Agonizing Blast, which makes his Eldritch Blast do a little bit more damage, because we couldn't seem to do a whole lot to that Manticore if we even needed to.
Cool.
Yeah, looks like about it.
Beatrice, what can we see from you coming at level 2?
So after our encounter with the Manticore, I figured she should take Animal Friendship in hopes of befriending beasts instead of trying to immediately just throw arrows at it and hope for the best.
I like that.
And then also, since we are dealing with dragons, she also thought it was best to learn Detect Magic.
Ooh, detects magic. I like it. That's going to be fun and exciting. Corbin, what's new with our Dwarf Ranger?
For me, I'm not sure where to see what I can do now. So what I can do, I almost had it. Is it on our character sheet? I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you go
I
to
think he
the
picked
spells-
archery.
I did pick some sort of attacking skill, and I also picked a healing skill. I'm just trying to find what they're called.
I think it was healing word, archery, and I can't remember the second spell you picked though.
Spells. Fog Cloud and Cure Wounds. So Fog Cloud is a ability to go like poof in a 20-foot radius with a bunch of fog around us. Yeah. So I can make a fog cloud to help us hide or evade something.
Very cool. Awesome. Can't wait to see how that gets used. And Spangle.
Well, after healing the Manticore, it really made me get in touch with the goddess. And as such, I now have a greater connectivity with the goddess, and I can channel her will now, which gives me more healing powers and more other ways. Like if there's something that's like the opposite of life, like an undead zombie or a skeleton or something, I can turn it away.
Nice.
Say, ew, you're so gross. Go away.
Icky undead. I don't know what happened to Fritch there, but he's back to the Skype. He's the Skype logo. He learned polymorph and he turned into the Skype logo. It's a cool new spell.
I'm back. Sorry
It's
about
like
that.
a real life spell.
Will not happen again.
Yeah, it better not. Awesome. Well, you guys are growing in strength and growing in renown around Phandalin so quickly. Yeah, you've
Inspiration.
who did no, you don't get any inspiration from just telling us what you
For
did.
retail?
Yeah, no, not today. Because we have fun, cool things. Oh, you know what? Shoot. I don't think that they're enabled yet for the channel points for inspiration. I didn't turn them on before this stream. So you know what? Yeah, I'll give you inspiration for this one time. So everybody can go ahead, and since everybody gave me a kind of a recap of what their characters got, you guys can go ahead and give each other inspiration. And what that does mechanically is that allows you to choose when you would like to re-roll one 20 that you roll. And I think a lot of times it actually gives us both 20s, and you get to choose whichever one is the higher, if the second one is higher. So,
We did check the box in our
So
character
just click
sheet.
the little dragon.
He is a dragon.
yeah, if you can click
Yep.
the box, then that's fine.
Get a
It
little
makes
dragon.
a dragon. Then we know we have one. Okay.
The dragon.
Dragoon. Okay.
Dragoon. All right, so you guys have returned to the town master. He has paid you, even though you tried to extort him for more money for whatever reason. That was
Tried.
conveniently left off of the recap. Wanted to point that one out.
Well, it was failure.
yeah,
Why bring
well,
up failure?
because they're kind of funny. If I hope we don't get into a argument every single time somebody tries to pay you what you agreed upon prior to, because you don't want to have that kind of like mentality going into every single bar or job, like, oh, these are the guys that'll get the job done, and then ask for more after it's finished. That's just, it's not a good look. Nobody wants that. So you guys are back in
Business
town.
practice.
It is you missed out on karaoke night, unfortunately, but there's plenty going about town, and you can feel free to kind of pop around and see what's going on. And we're gonna cross our fingers that having two Chrome tabs open isn't gonna or two Chrome browsers open doesn't make my computer go poop. Poop. A poop. So what would you like to do? You're in the town of New Phandalin.
I guess before we go back to the job board, we should go explore the town and see if there's anyone we need to talk to. That bar was pretty fun. Maybe we could talk to Tolbin, the bartender.
Well, is this the evening of the same day?
Yeah,
now?
you are back. You are right back where you left off. You got your money from Harbin Wester, and you were just a little bit too late to catch karaoke night. That's all.
Darn.
We missed
so
karaoke night?
It's winding down at the bar.
Yeah, it's definitely winding down at the bar. Things are probably even closing up. I'm sure you could still get a room.
Well, I think we should get a room for the night. We have coin to spend. I think that might be something good to do.
You sure do. All right. Well, you guys, if you're gonna make your way over to the Stonehill Inn, which is the place where you were before, that is. Let me see if I can mark on here and you guys see it. So, I want to do a shape. Draw a shape. That's this guy. Do you see that on yours? Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Don't
got
you?
it.
All right.
Yes, we do.
Yay.
Yes.
I like a different color. We're gonna go with green.
Green on green.
I think it's gonna be more visible. I don't know. We'll see.
A white or a black, something that's like dark, I would say, so it'd be, contrast.
Okay. Let's see what we got. All these wonderful colors. Black. I feel like black just blends right in. It's almost,
Okay, let's not lose ourselves here.
That's a blue.
It looked like it was on the black part of this. Yeah, no, it's not important. We'll figure it. I will fix it in post. I think the green is gonna pop. You can see that, right?
It's beautiful.
It's a bright neon green. So that is the Stonehill Inn. You make your way over from the townmaster's house and the townmaster's board there, and those are the 3 places that you've been in this town at this point.
Is it still just a 2 post remaining on the board, or has anything new popped up, or has it been taken off?
Did you want to stop on your way over?
Well, it's on our way over, so I think we should stop and look.
Sure.
So
Probably a good idea.
you still see the 2 quests that were on there prior to when you went away. That is the Dwarven Excavation quest and the Gnomengarde quest. And they indicated that there were some dwarves that were over at some like mine or whatever, some excavation site that needed to be warned of this dragon issue. Very similar to the quest that you had for Utgard Hill, and the gnomes. They are people that actually come up with a bunch of magic items, and Harbin Wester seemed to think that something that they might have made could be useful in fending off this dragon. He seems really concerned about the dragon. Dragon.
He is very concerned.
Super concerned.
Well, do you guys think that we should go to Gnomengarde first?
Gnomengarde's where the white dragon was located. I don't know if that's a good idea. We almost gotten beaten by that manicore. If it wasn't for your quick thinking of food and healing, and my not good thinking of shooting it.
Pew-pewing.
Pew, pew.
But if the dragon was seen there last, and don't you think maybe he'd moved on by tomorrow?
Could spend the night here and then go investigate tomorrow in the morning.
Oh, I fully mean we should first get a full night's sleep, because you can't do anything if you don't have a good rest.
Okay.
Well, you do recall that Harbin Wester was adamant that you only take 1 job listing at a time and leave whatever else was up on the board there for other people to take. So if there's one that you're leaning towards, I would snag it just in case somebody else comes along and gets it.
Maybe we should take the Gnomengarde quest.
I mean, unless you guys think it's too dangerous there.
We can always run away. That's always a backup plan if we see danger.
I have a song for that.
Yeah, and I have the fog cloud. I can get us out of a sticky situation. So we can
running away is not a bad idea.
Yeah, if it's too
To
dangerous,
fight another day.
we can run. So let's get some sleep and take the quest and plan out what we're gonna do for tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. So we walk up, rip it off the post, and head toward the inn.
Sounds good to me. All right, so you guys make your way over to the inn, and as you expected, because it is getting a little bit late, things are winding down at the inn, and Tolbin is kind of cleaning up and making sure the bar is getting closed down. Everybody's kind of filed out. There's only a few people that have kind of been there all night. You still see the drunkard that you got into an altercation with. He's kind of sleeping it off, but he hasn't. You may have killed him. You don't know for sure.
It's not lethal. It just tripped him and made him sick.
I know, but there's still manslaughter.
But then we
that's
just ditched them.
Yeah, you didn't heal him. You didn't do any medicine checks. I mean, he was clearly out of it still.
He might be in trouble.
You just never know. So he's
I would like to point out the last I saw him, I did turn him over to make sure that he wouldn't choke on his puke.
Oh, good.
Yes, that is a kindness that you showed of this drunkard.
Should we give him a piece of gold or something as an apology?
Gold?
No.
I mean, maybe
let's
out of your money.
All right. Just trying to be nice.
Yikes.
All of you cheapos.
I mean, gold.
I mean,
You can give him
your
gold.
We did try to get more money, for.
Yeah, maybe.
Speaking as a cleric, when you do someone a nicety, usually you can charge a little bit of coin for that.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, if you think that he had a whole bunch of money, but he was trying to shake down Tolbin because he was.
Oh, that's right.
He wanted money.
He was trying to.
Maybe
he needs it for a good reason.
Tolbin sees you come into the bar, and he is just the smile that you assume has been on his face ever since the bard was singing. It ratchets up to 11. He's happy to see you. He's happy you're safe, that you've come back. he was a little bit disappointed, and he expresses that that you missed karaoke night. He'd been talking you up every single time somebody put in for another song. He's like, yeah, but if the bard gets here, you're bumped. He's gonna do the rest of the set. It's just gonna be the Clovis show for the entire night. But luckily for all the other many people that wanted to sing and perform, they didn't. You guys didn't show up, so everybody got their moment to shine in the spotlight. Tolbin is happy that you're here and says, guys, lucky for you, I assume that you're here for rooms since it's rather late and we're the only inn in town. But for you guys, the rooms are on the house. I don't have many.
I run up and give him a hug. That's so wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I do have to say, it is only, I did say rooms, but by that, I meant that you will all have a room to share, but it's free. So there's that. Sorry. You all have room, and you can stay. So you'll have, I don't run a large inn, and there happens to be a lot of people here, tonight. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're just trying to huddle in for a potential dragon attack.
Say no more. Dibs on the floor.
I'll say I'm flooring it up.
That's good, because I have a bed.
so
I bed.
Well, I think that makes perfect sense. You should be as rested as possible for any performance. Maybe, get in your good headspace and warm up your vocal cords. Make sure that you're ready to go for any performance that may be available tomorrow.
Maybe we could work out a deal for future rooms and performances.
Oh, I forgot that he had a voice. Thanks,
Yeah, a voice.
There you go.
I think we started off by talking in third person for him, but now we're back to talking in first person. It's me, Tolbin. We're back. You can always call me on a funny voice.
You're. I almost didn't recognize you, Tolbin.
Well, this is how I normally talk. I just had a frog in my throat for a moment. Yeah. Yeah, there it is again. Okay, we're good. So, your room is upstairs. It's room A4.
Whoa, that's very specific.
What an
Tolbin.
intricate system for such a simple inn.
I'm just telling you which room it is. They're numbered, and it's a whole thing. If you're in the A wing, then it's an A room, and there are 4 rooms. If you're in the B wing, it's letter D through F, and it's all number 1. So it's very confusing.
You have 5 wings upstairs?
No, it's just the 2 wings. There's the A wing and the B wing, but the B wing is numbered B, E, F, and D, and they're all 1. It's a confusing, silly place.
Does Fandalore...
You're up in A4. It's very simple in the A
Really
wing.
All right. But I was just asking about the education system in Newfoundland. Is it...
It's not particularly advanced. It leaves much to be desired.
No business classes anywhere to be found.
Absolutely not. Actually, I came here originally wanting to be a miner, and boy, tell you that it was tough work. And I was the best business mind in the town, so I opened up an inn, and it's thriving. So if that tells you anything, competition is very low.
No.
That makes more sense now. Thank you, Tolbin.
Oh,
Excuse me, Mr. Tolbin.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any more rooms available for rent?
I'm so sorry. I do not. It's just the one. It's all we have on such short notice. I'm lucky.
Okay.
I'm happy that I was able to accommodate you at all. To be honest, if
How
you'd
many
like,
beds are in the room, sir?
there is 1 bed. It is
okay.
It is rather modest.
Okay, so two of us are definitely on the floor.
In the B wing, the suites are much larger, but they're just all taken up. Maybe tomorrow somebody
On the
might
B
leave.
wing and the F room, right? Or the B wing C room.
Correct. No, there's no C room. It goes B and then D, E, F.
Yeah.
All
Did the drunk guy who tried to
B1.
rob us have a room?
No, he is. He is
darn.
clearly right here.
We could have taken his room. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you knock him out and then you want to take his room. That is very, very nice of you. I see what
Well, I
kind
tried
of
to
people-
pay him.
Very shrewd.
We could pay.
Usually people checking into an inn, this is not so difficult. Your room is upstairs. It is in the A wing and it is A4. I actually have to finish cleaning up so I can go home and turn in. And at which point my assistant will come and take care of the night shift.
So I start walking up the stairs.
Oh,
Do you have any more
goodbye.
spare mattresses?
Bye-bye, Tobin. I'm just out of this conversation.
If there are not enough sheets and comforters upstairs, I'm sure I can get a horse blanket for you if that would be accommodating. Would you like a horse blanket?
I would very much like a horse blanket.
Yes, I shall.
Did you say a
grab some-
horse?
You watch
What?
it. Yes, a horse. HORSE.
You could spell?
It's a big question mark here. I don't really know. I'm starting to feel like if I speak much longer, I will be hoarse myself. That's the DM talking. Please go take your room and let me stop with this voice. It's not easy.
Corbin's had enough of this nonsense. He goes upstairs and falls asleep on the floor in his room.
Oh, goodbye. Have a good night. Hopefully all of your friends are going to follow. Or they just stand here around and not say
I go
anything.
upstairs too.
Some of you are rather odd and not quite gregarious as the bard.
All right. Well, I guess I'm
follow
going to take
suit.
my horse blanket upstairs. I'm going to lay it out as neat as I can. And I'm going to sit and do my prayers to the goddess. And then I'm going to lay down. Oh, my goodness.
Someone's
Oh, boy.
already snoring?
I think someone's asleep.
Sound asleep.
Well, the horse blankets that that he provided to you, Spangle, are rather plush. I mean, they're surprisingly nice. It's one of those things where these don't seem like horse blankets, and you believe maybe that he doesn't understand that these are like nice down comforters, and he's been maybe putting them on horses, which he's just not that smart.
But do they smell like horses?
They smell a little bit like horses. I think they've been used as horse blankets, but they were clearly like nice down comforters at one point. So they're plush, and they're not like that thick like blankety horse blanket material. Blankety
That's for
horse
horse.
blanket for horses. It's not that.
Horse blanket.
Horse blanket. Like a horse blanket. So it's not one of those. Anybody else going to do anything besides prayer and snoring?
Just gonna go to sleep.
I'm sleeping.
That's good. Okay.
Bedtime.
So-
I'm just gonna curl up in the corner on the floor.
And I start playing a little song. Good night to you. Good night to you. Good night to you, to you, to you, to you.
You hear somebody from what you can only assume is the B wing banging on the wall saying, "Hey, keep it down. I paid good money for this room." So they're clearly trying to sleep. And night comes and without any disturbance, you get a nice good night's sleep, and everybody is fully recovered, where their hit points are full, your spell slots are replenished, and all is well in the world. Now it's the morning, and there's food to be had and a good old time downstairs if you'll have it, I'm sure. Anybody interested in checking out what's going on downstairs?
I put my shoes on and I feel rested, and I tiptoe out of the room if anyone's asleep, and I head downstairs with my instrument, and I'm excited for the adventure of today.
Woo! It is going to be an exciting one. So downstairs you see just the inn is already buzzing with people. Tolbin is you overhear him kind of say, "Yeah, the bard came back. He's upstairs. He's in our inn." And that people are getting served breakfast, and they're running around, and everybody's having a jolly old time trying to get a menu up for you that you have. So the waiter sees you come down from your room and quickly says, "Oh, hey, you can grab any open seat. I'll be with you just a moment." only speaking to you because you're the only one that's come down at this point.
I'll go down too.
All right.
I'm awake. I'm gonna go down too. I hear the commotion.
Fair. All right. So I'm gonna try to swing this onto the other monitor without anybody noticing. And this is interesting, like PDF technology that they have in Phandalin. It's a Phandalin document file. The serving boy says, "Oh, today's morning menu has a fried perch, curds, fried perch, comma, curds, comma, chicken eggs, comma, and blackberries, comma, as well as oatmeal."
I'll take one of those commas.
Actually, he wanted to use an Oxford comma, so he says blackberries, comma, and oatmeal, because it's appropriate, and anybody that tells you different is a liar and a monster. Let's see. There we go. Oh, that's better. Now you don't see that it's from on the those that are on the stream know what I'm talking about. You guys don't see this, but there's a menu. So those are all for 3 silver pieces. For the small price of 3 silver pieces, you can have a king's breakfast of fried perch, curds, chicken eggs, blackberries, and oatmeal.
Waiter, I'll take 5.
5. And then you see Tolbin like just beeline over to you as soon as it looks like you're ordering food, and he says, "His money's no good here. Oh, his money's no good here." Again, it was a long night. That frog's back.
Tolbin. Oh.
It's going around. I'm telling you, it's not just me. I promise.
Tolbin, I'm giving you 1 gold piece for all of this. For my friends, to you, you've been much more than a host, and those blankets, they were comfortable.
Wow, that's very kind of you. That almost covers what the other 4 would actually cost if they order the same thing. So that's very, very nice of you. I appreciate it. It's a kind gesture. Maybe your last job didn't pay very well, and I can respect that. So thank you, but no thanks. You keep your money, especially if you couldn't actually cover the cost of the entire meal for everybody.
What? I'm buying 5 breakfasts for maybe just for me. No, not for just me.
Oh,
my friends.
I want to make sure you keep that figure that you have and not change it too much. So maybe just 1 breakfast for you and 1 breakfast for each of your traveling compatriots. I think that is very doable. It's on the house. From here on out, you guys, you have run of the menu. Whenever you're in the Stonehill Inn, treat it as your own home.
I want 2 goat's milks.
Oh, it's that kind of morning, huh? Sounds great.
That kind of morning.
So he kind of shoos off the waiting boy, and he's kind of just goes back to his business, and he's just got that pep in his step because he's excited about you. He knows you guys are gonna do great things in the coming however long you spend around New Phandalin. So a few moments pass, and at this point there's 2 of you that are down, or maybe 3.
I think 3 of them.
I'm downstairs.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So everybody that is there is greeted with their food, and whoever is not is a plate that's going to be slowly getting colder and colder. And really, the blackberry oatmeal just looks bonkers delicious. Like, it is next level oatmeal, which you don't think of from a nice little inn like this, but this looks like crafts for service foods. Like, it's got like a crumble that's on top of it that looks like more like a blackberry, like candied blackberries that are like, it just looks.
You are making me hungry.
I
Actually,
haven't had dinner.
It's just-
so-
Well,
Bring it down a notch.
yeah, I wish it was
break,
breakfast for
yeah.
dinner, because seriously, the food as it comes out, like the kitchen opens up and you're affronted with this, just the smells and aroma of the kitchen, and you know that, damn, if we get free food here, cannot wait to try that leg of mutton for lunch. Maybe we're gonna postpone whatever adventure we're thinking, because this is good stuff.
So I'd like to say Spangle Luxie is very like prim and poised and has good posture, but when she gets down on food, like it's like a black hole. It just disappears into her. Like there's no holding back. You know, there's food particles in her hair, like all down her front. It's a mess. Stuff spewed on her cheek. And as many seconds as come in, like, you know, she's got like a petite, figure, but like, and seemingly physically impossible amount of food disappears down that gullet.
Tolbin he sees by all accounts, like irresponsible eating that Spangle Luxie is doing, and it brings him happiness that somebody is enjoying his food the way that he enjoyed it growing up. So he makes his food the way Mama made it, and he and his brothers, they all would just come in and devour like a swarm of locusts. So he's very happy to see somebody else enjoying Mama's old recipes.
I push my blackberry crumble to Spangle. Like I'm just here, have this. You're enjoying it more than I am.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a borderline like a Goku kind of thing. Like as soon as there's food, it's gone, and
yeah.
Okay. Like anime eating. That's good.
Yes.
So that's all she wrote for breakfast, guys. So the breakfast is.
Oh, are we done now?
I mean, you guys can do whatever you'd like, but there's, food. They're going to be changing over to a lunchtime crowd coming up soon.
This is a very sophisticated inn.
Well, I mean, they have to turn the restaurant over. They need to put out the nice napkins for anybody that's going to get the mutton. You need to make sure that you have the appropriate mutton napkins. They're made out of horse blankets, and it's their specialty. So make sure that you tip your waiters. Even though if the food was comped, you really should make sure that the service staff still gets compensated as though you were paying for the full meal. So
I put down a gold coin on the table.
He loses his mind. Like he looks at it, and his first instinct is to like pocket it. Like this can't be right. And then he like checks himself and he says, "Sir, I think you may have placed a gold coin instead of silver, or even possibly a copper. I just felt like it was the right thing to do, to tell you here." And he, like, you see him trying to drop it, and he just can't let go of it, and he has to look away, and he drops it, and you hear clink,
yeah,
and
it's okay. I understand getting your first gold coin. But put it down first and clear the table, and come back, and it'll still be here for you.
Absolutely, sir. Would you like any other goat's milk or anything at all? I'm happy to help. As he like steam is coming out of his ears, he's so excited. Not like mean steam, happy steam. Like happy steam. You know what happy steam looks like.
I know what it looks like.
So he's you guys are just making Newfoundland feel new again. it's really wonderful. Newfoundland. New. Tolbin kind of gives you the high sign, like, "Oh man, you guys, you're killing it. Everybody loves you." And he's hoping that this will be your cheers. Like this will be where you come, that everybody knows your name. He gets that reference too, because cheers was like a big thing in Fandolin before it was Newfoundland.
It was actually filmed in
on location in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
So he's you see him busy at work, and obviously he'll make time for you if there's something that you want to talk to him about, but the world is our oyster, and you adventurers can go off and do whatever you'd like at this point.
Well, while we're at the breakfast table, we look at our quest and discuss what our next move is, I think. Where are we going? What does the quest say? What is the text on the quest?
Sure.
That we pulled from the job board?
That you pulled from the job board. The single quest that you pulled from the job board. I will tell you what that quest says. You pulled the Gnomengarde one or the Dwarven excavation?
Gnomengarde.
Gnomengarde?
Gnomengarde.
All right. It says a clan of reclusive rock gnomes resides in a small network of caves in the mountains to the southeast. The gnomes of Gnomengarde are known for their magical inventions, and they have something with which to defeat the dragon. Get whatever you can from them. If you bring back something useful and don't want to keep it for yourselves, Townmaster Harbin Wester will pay you 50 gold for it.
Wow.
50 gold. That's twice as much.
Think of all the breakfasts we can buy with that.
So many breakfasts that are free. You could get as many breakfasts as you want.
Corbin, you've been scouting this area for quite some time, haven't you?
Indeed, I have.
Do you know anything about these wrecks on the coast?
No.
Have you ever been out? You wouldn't know anything about that.
I stay away from the coast. I'm mostly inland, unfortunately.
Kair, have you traveled to the coast?
No, I don't think I have, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Oh, just curious about these wrecks. I'm very happy to go to see the rock gnomes of Gnomengarde. I'm curious about these wrecks that Tolbin had talked about. I wonder if
maybe we should deviate from Gnomengarde.
I don't know. Spangle, what are you thinking? I know you have a good sense of these things.
Oh, I don't know. It all sounds so good. I mean, we could be helping those dwarves. We could be helping maybe the whole town by getting that thing, but maybe there's more sailors that are getting trapped in the shipwreck. So maybe we'd be doing more good that way.
What is
I don't know.
What have you? I don't know. Should we?
Well, it sounds like this dragon's a problem for the town, and I would feel better helping them right now. But it's up to you all.
You're all so good aligned. It's just curious. I'm with you guys, though. I love adventure.
For what it's worth, you consider your options, and you do know that one of them has a guarantee of money to be paid, and one of them was like hey, there might be this thing that there's a rumor about. So something to think about. I don't know. It's up to you.
With these the shipwrecks.
Says the DM.
Yeah.
Do we know whether or not the ships are for trade or anything like that? Would we know this?
No, you know literally what was said, which I can repeat to you if you, because I'm sure everybody wrote it down in their journal, and this would just be faster.
I'll take a repeat.
A repeat would be nice.
West of Phandalin on the coast is an old stone lighthouse. Wait. West of Phandalin on the coast is an old stone lighthouse. Ships are drawn to the gleaming tower like moths to a flame.
Are they drawn in pen or in pencil?
It's a pencil thing, and then they do the shading, and then they ink it in later.
Oh, very nice.
And are doomed to crash upon its rocks. Their wrecks must be filled with treasure.
Oh, okay.
That's what you were told by Tolbin.
And this was an easily impressed innkeeper that told us this information.
That is true.
Yes.
I mean, but you know, he hears the people talk, and he conveys the information. I'm sure if you guys actually went to another store in the town, maybe somebody else would give you a different story and a different side quest that you could potentially take if you wanted to.
I'm not a sailor, but I heard that like any treasure you find while at sea, you get to keep.
It's like just like they get married too. Like the captain can marry you or kill you and throw you overboard.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now
That's
maybe a
real.
little bit scared.
I've never been on a ship. That's new to me.
Yeah.
No
They
ship.
stick to the trees.
As far as I can remember.
Oh yeah, that's true. You don't remember.
Well, I think that I would definitely like to go talk to Harbin Wester about the dragon, and on the way down, if there's maybe a blacksmith or someone that might be impacted by the shipping industry, like a merchant, we could talk to them.
Sure. Yeah. You're gonna go to Harbin first?
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready.
All right. So
Tobin, thanks a lot, buddy.
I wouldn't mind buying some arrows for my bow, too, while we're walking around town on our way out.
Hmm.
Bye guys, I'll see you later. I'll hopefully
See ya.
have 2 rooms for you tonight.
Yeah, get that second room reserved. We might need it.
Do you plan to be back tonight, or is this something like, am I kind of counting my chickens?
We have no idea, and it's to the detriment of your own business. So you do what you need to do.
So I'll hold
Tobin,
2 rooms.
Tobin, you should definitely count your chickens, though. Tobin,
Yeah,
count your
you know what?
chickens.
Yeah, we'll be there. Sure.
You know, I went out to
Clovis,
count
could
my
you give me a
chickens.
gold from our reward?
Absolutely. Would you like to take 10 of them?
That's
Oh
a
my
lot.
goodness,
Just the one,
That's a
please.
lot.
Sure. I'm taking it out of my pocket right now.
Oh, because it was 50 gold, wasn't it? Not
No, it's
25.
25.
25, yeah.
25.
Okay.
So maybe a few each for now would be nice while we go get supplies.
Yeah, you each have
Oh,
5,
yeah.
5 gold.
That
Okay.
sounds good.
I'm taking out the money. 5, 10, 15, 20.
All right,
Hold it
this
up.
makes for good podcasting.
So I'm gonna take one of those gold, leaving it with the 4, and I'm gonna give it to Mr. Tolbin there, just to reserve a room for myself for later on tonight. And if I'm feeling nice, maybe I'll share with one of you guys if you want to
Can I have
spread
the
out a bit.
floor? No?
Well, the blanket was really nice. I was actually surprised.
Can I have the floor?
Say, I don't know if I can deal with Corbin snoring again.
I'm very easy. I just need the floor.
We
Good
got a
wood
lot
floor.
of complaints about it from the B-Wing, so I can completely understand. Was that just from one
The B-Wing.
dwarf? I am shocked.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe.
we should make it like one room be the girls' room and one room be the boys' room.
Oh, that sounds like probably an appropriate setup. And we'll put
All right. We need
Corbin
to
as
get
far
going.
away as possible.
See you, Tolbin.
Bye! So you make your way over to Harbin Wester's house, and he says, "Oh, back so soon." I don't remember the voice I used for him. No, back so soon. Yeah, we're gonna go with. Well, thank you for returning. No, yeah. We're going with it. Thank you for
You should sound kinda
returning
cowardly.
so quickly. I'm so excited that you must be back with something from either the dwarves or the gnomes. You didn't even sleep last night, did you?
No, we slept. It was wonderful. Have you slept in the inn, the Stonehill Inn up there?
Oh no, I have a house here in town. This is where you are.
This is your house?
This is indeed my house.
This whole thing is your house?
This little one that you're at, that I'll put a marker on the thing for.
I see it.
Freehand. This guy. Nope. I'll pretend to put one.
Just
You have
add
it
it.
outlined in green. I can see.
It's the
I
green
see
one,
what's
right?
happening there. This one. There's multiples.
Yeah.
So this is where you are.
That's like one half the size of the inn.
I am the town master. I mean, it's a pretty prestigious, position. So yes, I have a large house. It only has the 2 wings, though. So I mean,
2 wings. Do you have an A wing and a B wing?
oh no, that is ridiculous.
It sounds to me like a little bit of overcompensation.
We have the A wing and
Anyways.
the Z wing.
So, Town Master. Anyways, moving on. Can you tell me about Gnome Haven, or if there's any been new dragon activity that you've heard about that you can give us info of? Because we're a little scared of the dragon, to be
Why,
honest with you.
certainly. The dragon, last I heard, was in the Tribor Trail. I think that was the voice we did for Harbor.
That's it. It was
Yeah,
more
we
like a
got there. Yeah.
Professor Farnsworth kind of thing. Okay.
So yes, I would stay away from that Tribor Trail if you can.
It's moved on to the Tribord Trail now.
It's a dragon. It flies around. To be completely honest, there's 0 chance that it's still where I just said that I last heard it was, because they're not sedentary. He doesn't have an A and a Z wing. In
How
fact,
do you?
You see, guys, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
that's the last place I heard that he was. The
You
last
have
time
so
I
much-
heard you were anywhere, it was at the Stonehill Inn, whatever the name of that inn is that's in town over there, just north and to the west of where I live.
You have a lot of information about dragons.
Yes, I am giving people money to tell me the last time they saw where a dragon was. I'm bleeding cash. He's constantly changing position. In fact, I'm certain the next time you come back, he'll have been somewhere else. In fact, it's almost as though there's a 5% chance that wherever you go, he will also be at, regardless of what I tell you in this moment.
So there are 20 different locations you could be at?
At least 20 that probably are associated with a number on this chart. So just kind of hope that he's not where you go. And
Could you kind of hold that chart up for another minute?
Nope. If he happens to be where you are, there's a good chance he won't be there the next time you go back.
Good to know.
So tell us a little bit about Gnomengarde.
Gnomengarde? Oh, it's a wonderful place. Gnomengarde is the home of the gnomes in this area. They're very kind, they are very magical people, and they're always tinkering. Tinkering, making things that could tinker away a dragon, maybe?
Good to know.
How long will it take you to walk there?
Why, I'd say that walking to Gnomengarde will take probably half a day. It's not exactly as close as the mill that you were at.
Okay. How far is the coast?
The coast would be a 5 or 6 day hike one way, for sure. And you're certain to encounter things on the Tribord Trail if that was the way you were going to go. That's where the dragon was last seen, in fact.
The dragon?
But that also means he's probably not there anymore.
But he might be. He
might be
5%
anywhere.
chance.
This is so confusing.
I don't know how to explain it other than just straight up telling you the mechanic.
Can you draw me a picture?
Sure, it looks a lot like this. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? We're getting bogged down in the minutia here.
I know, but it's so much fun.
I say we start hiking to see the wonderful
I just got a raven, and apparently now he's at the loggers' camp.
Oh.
So there's that.
Okay, well, so Harbin, where can I buy? When we went to we went to Shanti's, to the midwife to warn of the dragon. We used a lot of our rations because we encountered a manicore.
Oh, yes.
Is there a place to stock up on rations?
Absolutely. We're a nice little town with all the comforts of any other small town. You could go to Lion Shield Costers, just up the road.
Okay, well, that sounds like a great place. What do they sell there?
All kinds of stuff. No, you know what? Rations, you say? Is that you're specifically looking for rations?
Rations? And anyone else? And arrows. The ranger needs arrows.
Sorry, yes. If you are looking for arrows, then I would go to Lion Shields. That's certainly the place to go for anything that is armor or weapon related. If you need your rations or other provisions, then Barthen's is the place to go. I'll give you pretty easy directions to follow by outlining some stuff on the map.
That's always helpful.
Absolutely.
These maps you distribute are great, by the way.
Harbin.
This town is very organized.
We've been wasting a lot of money on maps. But if you are to go to Lion Shields, it's just down the road past the Townmaster's Hall. It's a large blue building, at least 3 wings, I hear. And then if you need to go to Lion Shield Costers, it's as you are coming in from the Tribord Trail up north, it's a red building. It's one of the first ones you see. So, if you need any additional information, let's see, we're going to go green. This one is Lion Shield Costers, and here is Barthen's Provision.
Well, I say we split the party just to really quickly. I'll go get the provisions. Who wants to come with me?
I'll go with you.
Excellent.
All right. So
I'm going to go get arrows, and who wants to get armor or weapons, or if you need anything else, come with me. No one? You're just stand there?
I think I might want to, because I have this mace, and it's really big and heavy, and Maybe I can trade it in for
Yeah.
something that's a little bit smaller.
That sounds good.
Absolutely. We love trade in our town.
And could you see, Corbin, when you're there, could you see if they have a studded leather armor?
Yeah.
I got hit pretty bad with one of those spikes from the Manicore, and that was not fun for me. It hurt a lot.
Well, I'm certain they have anything that's not magical. Anything you want to buy that's available in your player's handbook, they have on site, and you don't have to order it special.
On sale?
On site. They don't have to order it. No, I think maybe this door is causing more problems than it's solving, because clearly I'm not being heard.
You should talk through your window.
There was one point where you heard 50 and I said 25. It was very odd. I'm not quite sure about what's wrong with this door. So go ahead, go check out our fun town. I'm sure there are people to meet.
Yay, and I skip off. I'm so excited.
All right. So you guys are heading over to Barthen's Provision, and then Corbin is going up to Lion Shield Costers, correct?
Yes, Beatrice is coming with me.
All right.
I think you're all going to Lion's Head except me.
All
Or
right,
did I say that back?
So let's go to Barthen's Provision first, if that's where everybody's going. Is anything that you want to buy is available there, and they're just the normal prices from the player's handbook as far as in-game mechanic terms are concerned. So rations and stuff like that you can pick up for the normal price.
Okay. What's the normal price?
Rations. I don't know, probably like 2 silver or something. I don't know. I don't.
2 silver per person. So if I buy 5, it's 1 gold.
I don't know because I don't have it open. Let's see. Rations. Hey, that was pretty close. 5 silver. And that's for 1 day of rations.
Okay. So 2, 4. I'll buy 4 things of rations, and because that's what's 2. That's 2 gold.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll pay that for the group.
Sounds good. All right. You're all rationed
and
up.
All right. Quick, grab the rations and run. I mean, I paid for it.
The proprietor of the store, Elmar Barthen, does not think that was funny. He grabs a club that he keeps behind the front and kind of menacingly kind of starts patting it when you insinuate that you're gonna just run with his rations. He said, you must be the adventurers in town, huh? I know your type. That'll be 2 gold.
I will be happy to pay you.
All right, let's keep the funny business to a minimum. How about that?
Where are the rations right now, Elmore?
He points down the aisle in the C wing.
I'm all turned around. Elmore, is that close to the B wing?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course it is.
That joke was a bummer.
I'm waiting to work in an X-wing, but thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
It's a service we provide.
It's next to the Carillion class cruisers. So he points down one of the aisles, and sure enough, there's all kinds of different provisions there. You've got rows of or not rows, but you've got displays where there are ropes and there are lanterns and there are all kinds of fun things that are available for you to purchase if you so desire. Yeah, but this is our shopping montage spree, refueling at our...
Yeah, just really quickly, I don't mind paying the money. I take it out and I plop it on the counter, and then I cast minor illusion to make clanging pots. It sound like all of his pots in the back fall. Of the store.
Is this a deception check? I mean, you're trying to deceive him?
Yeah. Yes.
Go ahead and give me a 20.
All right.
A deception check. he looks at you and he notices that you started waggling your fingers and chanting a verbal and a semantic and a material component to your spell, and says, "I thought I said no funny business." Funny
And I reach into my bag and I pull out a rubber ducky and I'm like, "Rubber ducky, you're the one." Come on, Elmar. I know you know the song. You make bath time lots of fun.
Yeah, so much fun. Yeah, just like this interaction. I'll take the 2 gold and you can be on your way.
All right, so I slide it over.
Yeah, he takes the gold and kind of just gives you a steely look, and he's not particularly impressed. You feel like you maybe got all your love at the end, as far as he's concerned.
All right, so we walk down the aisle, pick up the 4 rations we paid for, and I'm like staggering because it's super heavy. But I'm trying to carry them all.
It's
Would
it's
you like
4
me to
meals.
take some of that off your
It's
hands?
food.
Yeah, it's like 4 bagged lunches is what you've got.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I have my strength is like, non-existent, and I'm like walking crazy, and I'm like, "Oh, thank you, Beatrice. Thank you. Here, take these, please. They're so heavy."
They are 2 pounds each.
That's pushing it.
Okay. All right. So he's kind of just eyeing you. He hasn't even looked at the other people in the store since you came in acting a fool. So you guys could be on a stealing spree as far as he knows. Anybody else have anything that they want to pick up when they're at the general store?
Let's all go to the general store. Let's all go to the general store.
Not I.
I'll drop another. What is that? Two to get an extra set of rations for everybody.
Okay.
Because I felt like the rations were really important last time around, so I'd like to stock up on that. I'm gonna get
Lexi, you're so smart.
two extra rations for everybody, so it'll be like 10 rations altogether, right? How much is that gonna cost?
Like all of your money.
I paid for 4, so it'd be 8. Let's see if you.
Beatrice, how many do you have on you right now? On mine, I have 10 already. So
I have 10 already, plus the 2 that I took off of.
yeah, so we have like 30
Focus.
rations almost right now.
Okay.
You should
we're in
be
good
good.
shape.
You gave a bunch to the Manticore, and I
No,
get,
we gave them
no.
trophies.
We gave them our trophies.
no.
You
can
guys
go-
didn't share the rations with him?
You
I
gave
gave my rations away.
Yeah, there
I
were
didn't
at
have
least
rations.
20 rations that were given to him, because 2 people at least said, "I have 10 rations and I'm throwing them on the pile." But
I'll say we had animal trophies that we gave. Is that what they were called?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we gave our animal trophies.
yeah.
Yeah.
I recall that as well. But there were at least 20 rations that were indeed thrown on the pile. It's not really important. I'm not going to be a Nazi about rations and you keeping food. So I'm also not going to care too much about your weight. So if you go over your weight limit, it's not going to be a big deal. Just it's not something I'm concerned about, nor do I find fun about D&D. So just letting you know. Now, if you try to do
Lexi
crazy,
still
Carry
eats whatever
everyone.
she wants all the time, okay?
fair. All right. So, anybody else wants to get anything else? They can feel free to pick it up from the player's handbook. If you just feel like, oh yeah, I meant to buy such and such, and you're still in town, you can just mark it off on your sheet and write it on to your inventory. So we pop on over to Lion Shield Costers.
Okay. Hello, shopkeep.
Why, hello.
Do you have any arrows in stock?
Absolutely. In fact, I believe there may be a sale on arrows.
I love arrow
Let's
sales.
see. I believe normally a 20 stack of arrows is a gold, and I think that they are running a 2-for-1 sale on arrows. It's, I believe, 2 stacks for only 1 gold.
Beatrice, do you want to buy 40 arrows with me? We'll split 20-20.
At them all the way at the other market.
That's all.
Sure.
You
Okay.
guys
I thought we all went.
You probably didn't.
We
just stay
conversed about
there.
this at the end before,
Yeah, we pre-planned. All right, so I buy 40.
Yes. There we go.
Sounds good. All right, yeah, mark off a gold, and you've got you're restocked on arrows, and you'll give some to Beatrice.
So you got 40 and we're splitting it in half?
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay. So make sure.
Can I help you with anything else? Oh, Mr. Fritsch, you are muted.
One of our party members was asking about studded leather. Was I replacing it, I believe? Do you have any studded leather?
Oh, absolutely.
How much is that?
I will find out for you.
Whatever it is, I think I'm going to buy a piece.
I don't think you have
Studded
enough
leather
money.
is 45 gold pieces.
Whoa!
What?
45 gold pieces.
Yeah,
What?
They didn't give me enough money, so I clearly can't afford that. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll relay that information. Is there anything else I need to do? I think that's it. I think I just needed arrows, unless anybody else told me beforehand to get something.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. If you have other friends, feel free to have them come by. We stock all of the normal stuff that you could ever need for your adventuring needs. I've heard good things about your group of friends. Tolbin is a good friend of mine, and our shops are close, and he tells me of a great adventuring group that I assume you're a part of. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's correct. We're an adventuring group, and he loves us because we have a singing bard. I don't know if you've heard on
I've
karaoke
heard
night.
Plenty
Okay.
of the bard. He was quite disappointed that he missed out on karaoke night. But I'm sure next Wednesday there'll be another karaoke night.
Yeah, we'll do our best to come by. But thank you. We're good with arrows now. We can shoot lots of things. So thank you.
You're welcome. And if you do end up with enough gold to go and get that studded leather armor, I'll be here. Just
Sounds
ask
good.
for Lenine.
Lenine. Thanks, Lenine. And then I leave.
She
And
Lenine's on the counter and says, I just wish there were more people that would come through.
okay, so we regroup.
Yeah. And what would you like to do?
Okay, I'm
Better than
Beatrice, where's my arrows number? 59. Okay, so I'm going to give you 20 arrows, Beatrice.
Thank you.
And I had followed along with Corbin with the intention of buying some more armaments for myself that were more appropriate to my stature. And seeing all the prices, I was fairly shocked.
It's a little pricey there.
I mean,
I never had to shop for any of this stuff myself.
So we're gonna go do that quest now. We're gonna head down we're gonna hike towards the heck's the name of the town? Gnomenhaven? No.
Gnomenhaven.
Gnomengarde.
Gnomengarde.
Gnomengarde. To Gnomengarde. Awesome. Well, that is the
Gnomenhaven.
perfect time for us to take a little break here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a 5-minute break, and we're going to do a 3 or 4 minute ad just so people that maybe hop in don't need to watch ads when they come by, and we will be back.
After these
messages, we'll be right back. So, yeah, we'll be back.
Yay.
We are back. Oh, and we're all almost back. Like, this is impressive. I'm impressed. Just color me impressed. Excuse me. So, I've got granola bar or breakfast bar in my mouth. It's a blueberry or a blackberry oatmeal breakfast bar. We haven't slayed any dragons yet, Maduba. So everybody that's around in chat, hi. There's not going to be a ton of time where I can talk. I don't get to look at chat too often, but thank you so much for hanging out. I see there was a gifted sub. Thank you so much, Beatrice, to Drazkano. I guess you guys I could just talk to you. JP Crusher, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. And Maduba, how's it going? What's up? Hey, Saja Chicken. Yes, we are breaking the fourth wall. I'm sure I'll do that from time to time. I think it's funny, and I hope it doesn't destroy everybody else's immersion in verisimilitude that they have in the campaign. So, I am happy we got through our first shot at refueling. So,
Shopping.
we are gonna head on out. Excuse me, to I guess I can show you a picture real quick of the
Can we get
excuse me, the
some
Sword
map?
Coast here. So this is, we're back on the Sword Coast. This is where you guys were before, and you let me take this one off. No, what am I doing? Wrong button. Stupid Cardell. Delete that
You can
one.
do
And
it.
that one. No, why can't I get this one? I want to select it and remove it, but it won't let me. It's not letting me do it. So you know that the that Gnomengarde is just it's a little bit further out than the Umbridge Hill, and your general idea is that it is often this. Nope, never try it again. Go at it again, Jay. Like over in this area. So it's somewhere on that mountain range where you have the entrance. And for those on stream, I put a box in that area. So you're off in that area, and it's not that it's so much further, but you think that it's going to be a little bit more difficult to find because there's the entrance to the mountain area is maybe a little bit hidden, and you're going to have to search for it for a little bit. So you start your trek down. You see the normal stuff that you saw when you were going to the mill, and you make your way past.
Beatrice and I are leading,
Patrol.
by the way, since we're professional guides. We'll
Sure.
be heading
And
this
I'm-
up.
Makes
I
total
pulled
sense.
out my instrument and I'm singing a song.
Yeah.
All
At
right.
least there's entertainment as we walk.
Yes, there certainly is. Let's delete that. Select this. Control C. All right. So you guys make your way past the mill, and the song is good. The rations are flowing. Everything is wonderful, and everything's coming up, adventuring. And you, as I place your tokens on this place in Gnomengarde, let me Control V. I think that should do it. Okay. Sorry, a little bit of this is my first time, guys. I do want, as you guys were traveling, Beatrice, can I get a perception check?
Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry, I didn't have my character sheet up. I gotta find it. Sorry.
How do I
Oh
do
my
it?
gosh.
There, I see it. I see it.
All right. So go ahead and just click it and it should roll.
Is it the passive wisdom perception?
No, not the passive. This was an active check. I wanted her to roll. So you, as you go, you don't really notice anything besides just the normal everyday, wilderness that you're traveling through. Nothing seems out of the ordinary to you.
And that's our ranger.
Yeah. So you feel pretty confident about it.
I feel great about it.
The ranger
I sing
didn't notice
louder.
anything.
Yeah.
And let's
Just
see.
testing.
Sure. So you guys make it to Gnomengarde. You had heard that there's like a small stream that's flowing out of it that's the dead giveaway that you're on the right path. So you guys, and we'll see if this works. Look, fingers crossed. Oh, we got ourselves a map, and it's got
Ooh, I
Fog
see
of
it.
War.
Oh,
So-
cool.
That's cool.
You guys
Big
come
old
in.
fog of war.
Now, I do have to say this is a game thing where I have to beg you to not mess around and do stuff.
Oh.
There is, I know, it's a big ask. There are times where you will be able to move to places that your character, like, if you tried to drag like just straight up onto the map, you can move your character and you will illuminate Fog of War, like, and you'll uncover things. But try to stick to like actually moving them where they can go. When they get to doors that are locked, you shouldn't be able to move them through there. So you'll have to have me kind of like nudge them that last little bit over, and that will have to happen after like a check of opening a door or whatever. But know that you are able to move them. You should be able to move them about 6. your normal movement, whatever that speed is. I think it's 30 for everyone, which is 6 spots. So each square.
It's only 25.
25.
Only 25 for me.
Okay, so some of you are 25, some of you are 30. If you're running, it's twice that. If you dash, fun stuff like that. So that's just the stuff that you have to be aware of. And yeah, so you approach Gnomengarde and you found the telltale stream, and you guys can now move about as you see fit.
So I think we should follow the stream up, and looks like there's a bridge ahead. I think that's a bridge. I don't know.
Looks like a bridge.
Maybe. We'll have to wait and find out.
So let's no, because then we can't go over the water right there. I don't know.
I walk over to the stream to drink some water.
Go for it. Move.
Hopefully it's clean water.
You have rations. You
drag
don't
your
need
guy.
to drink water.
Well,
Why use our rations when I can drink this fresh water?
I think you have water skins that have water in them. Your rations are the food. They don't have like a juice box on them.
I
But
fill up my water skin.
cool. Sounds good. You are filled. Your water
Hey guys,
skin.
this water's great. Come drink some.
Your water skin runneth over.
Can I do like a survival check or something to look for an entrance?
Yeah,
To make sure that water's safe.
sure. I mean, you can kind of see one from where you are if you just walk forward a little bit. And I think that you kind of see what you see in front of you seems to be like the entrance to this little town. this gnome town.
Come on, guys, let's keep going. We know this is the stream. Come on.
So as you guys follow the stream uphill to the base of the mountain where the waterfall erosion has carved out a natural concavity, the roaring waterfall creates a cloud of mist as it plunges into a shallow pool of water, within which rise 2 small islands covered with 2-foot-tall red, green, and purple mushrooms.
Ooh.
Several cave openings overlook the pool from rocky ledges 20 to 30 feet above. The mountain blocks any sunlight from reaching this place. So, suspension of disbelief. Anthony, as a human, you shouldn't be able to see a ton in here, but you can see all of this because there's a limitation of the game. Well, I guess I could have made it so you can't see,
I
and
have
everybody
dark
else would
vision.
have to convey it to you.
Yeah.
But that would
Actually,
have been less fun.
I don't have dark vision either, but I can
got
cast
torches.
and I can cast dancing lights.
Yeah, for what
And
it's
I
worth,
will also cast light on the end of my mace.
sounds good.
That's
So you guys are nice and
It's
lit.
got a lead though.
Yo, y'all are lit.
Yeah, what is it?
Super lit. Excuse me. So go ahead and move about. I've explained that there are entrances that seem to be up rocky hills. You can't scale any of these rocky hills without talking to me about it. But you do see that one over on the east, the northeastern entrance seems to be like a ramp that's going up, which doesn't seem like it would be difficult to scale because it's a ramp. I don't know how to do a ping on the map, but let's see, like over here. How do I ping? There's a ping button, but I don't remember how to do it, or I don't know how to do it. It's not a matter of remembering. So
let's cross the bridge thing and
well, the bridge
How do we
from
get
where
the
you are,
bridge?
the bridge seems like it's connecting 2 halves of the city. So that's up in the air. So that bridge is
Oh.
out of reach from you. But
so the ramp is across the stream though, right?
yeah, it's. Do you not? Maybe here. I'll just put an X on it. This is a ramp.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Okay, but it's
Okay.
across from us,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
need to get across.
This is not a raging river. This is.
Okay.
I believe I said 5 feet deep. In the it's not at its deepest.
And it's only 10 feet.
So I want to try to climb. I'm going to cast dancing lights, and I'm going to put them up into this little. I'd like to climb that little mountain. I'd like to climb up I'd like to scale this little hill up here
Okay.
that
so
I'm facing.
give me a athletics check.
I would be happy to give you An athletics check. An athletics check?
An athletics check.
This is not going to go
Clovis
well.
is a halfling, right? So he's like 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Can I just chuck him?
Don't you dare chuck me! Kaya, don't you dare do that!
That's offensive.
You could. Whoever wants to
Why
give
don't
me
you
the
just give him
athletics
a
check
little boost?
could certainly
That
give
really
me the
offended
athletics
me
check.
as well, since I'm a dwarf.
I could
Don't
help
you dare
boost him
touch
up.
me! And as I scamper up with my athletics check of 14.
Oh, okay, you're probably fine.
You make short work of this 30-foot incline, and you do indeed make it up this hill.
I just stand up there and go, "See, Kaya, I can make it."
Okay, I'm gonna try
Golly,
to follow
jeez.
Clovis up the small hill here. Do you need an athletics check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like you pretty much jump it.
I crushed it.
Yeah.
This
How
is
did you-
easy.
Jeez, that was quite a roll. All right, yeah, you guys are up there. You.
Oh my, this looks really high. Do you guys have a rope or something you could let down?
I do. I have a hemp rope.
I would love a rope.
Hempen rope. So I'm gonna lower my hempen rope
Oh,
down.
rope.
I think you have.
You were going to throw me up and you can't even climb up, Kaya. Jeez. I roll.
How much rope is it that you have? You have more than
Usually
30 feet.
50.
I have one hempen rope. I'm not sure if it's length.
Usually it's 50 feet.
Okay, yeah, it's probably 50 feet. So you're gonna do you're holding it while they're climbing up it?
Yeah, I'll
dude.
look for something to tie it to first, and if not, I'll hold it.
You actually don't see anything necessarily to tie it against, at least with the 50 feet, like without going a little bit deeper in. Because this is just like a rock
Alright, so-
drop off into a cave.
So Clovis and I hold it while the other three climb.
All right, I want a strength check from both of you.
Oh, God.
I like how the two shortest people are the ones that have made the trek up the
Well,
hill.
I pretty much jumped it. So
Corbin, this is not going to go well.
Yeah, we have an 11 currently. And
Actually, short people are the best situated for doing this kind of job because of like the leverage action.
yeah, it's
Not when they're 50 pounds.
so you guys, you're not.
I do have 100 pounds of weight on me in gear.
You're not quite able to hold on to the rope, and you end up letting go of the rope before Kyer gets very high up. So
Alright.
he doesn't take any damage from falling or anything, but you are unable to pull him up, or even brace it for him to pull himself up.
Well, Beatrice, why don't you try to get
I'm
up
not,
here?
I was gonna say, let me try to come up there, see if I can help you guys out.
Yeah, you're able to scale it as well, and you guys are just kind of all up here.
Oops.
It's okay. You're good where you are.
Okay.
I
This didn't mean
suppose
to.
I'll do the same. I'll try to climb up.
Okay.
You said
Yeah, stop being
athletics?
lazy.
It's really not. We're not. This is not the meat of it. So, Spangle, if you want to be up there, you're also up
Just
there.
be up there. Yeah.
Can you get my rope on the way up?
Yeah.
No, it's down there for good.
I don't have to roll to get up to the top.
No, you're good. You're up.
Just
Okay,
leave
you
it
brought my rope.
there.
She brought my rope. Thank you.
So you guys are you've scaled the wall. And you are inside the of Gnomengarde, some part of Gnomengarde at least, and you see what seems like some. So who did that ping?
That was me.
How did it happen?
And it was I'm holding down the mouse button on my token.
Oh, okay.
okay.
So just holding down, maybe. All right, sweet.
Yeah, just holding that. Yeah.
Great. That's gonna be super helpful. Thank you.
Yay, I helped.
Someone
you're
needs to
very
go
helpful.
in front of me because I'm a human and it's dark.
I'll leave.
I cast Dancy lights.
Oh, okay.
I threw them into that cave because I'm scared.
It's okay. Your trusty rangers are here.
I
to
put
help.
one there, and I put one there, and I put one
Okay.
here.
I'll
So-
step into the middle.
So you hear grumbling, and people are like, oh God, what is that light? Why is it? Oh my! This is a very dark room, and it seems as though you've disturbed some people's sleep. Maybe you notice that there are what look like at least 8 gnomes that are just sitting there or laying in their beds and cots sleeping, and you are bothering their sleep. They are starting to stir.
And I take a,
Who here can speak their language, first off?
they speak common.
They speak common.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Most people do.
So, since nobody's said anything or announced it, and you guys are just moving closer to them.
Oh well, I was gonna
no,
wait.
no.
I was gonna douse my light like immediately and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Well, you at this point you've woken up at least half of them, and they are very, very concerned. Let's see, actually.
Okay, so we come in and announce we mean them no harm, and we are here on a quest.
So somebody coming in saying we mean you no harm frightens one of them, one of the girls, and she just screams. She's like, "Oh no, they're here to hurt us! I'm certain of it!" Oh, and she starts.
No, we said we mean you no harm.
She's just kind of like freaking out. She's put her head underneath her blanket, and you can see her visibly shaking. She's very scared that you do indeed mean her harm. Oh, that's cool. Is that your light spell? That
light
showed up?
spell.
Yeah, that's nice. That's awesome. So you are creating light in that round, in that circle. So you hear one of the other ones say like, they're like, "Oh, don't you worry, Karamip. I'm sure that they mean us no harm. Oh, you guys really do mean us no harm, right? You can't just come into someone's house and wake them up when they're sleeping.
Well, we didn't mean to. We couldn't find the front door.
How did you miss the door that was the only one that you didn't have to scale the freaking wall to get into? That's like saying that you saw the door to knock on, but you thought you'd go through the window. That doesn't make any sense to me, and you scared Karamip dearly."
Oh, but it was on the other side of the river.
I couldn't get my hair wet.
Oh, Palabar, don't give him a hard time. I'm sure they didn't mean us no harm. They look like nice people. I wish they would have, used the front door like normal people. I know, this would have been really nice, and I'm sure they would have been greeted by all the people in our town, and then they would have been told where to go, because, people use the front door, monsters.
So, can you guys tell us where to go?
I did an insane jump up in your window.
So everybody is they're borderline, like they're a little apprehensive, but they see you haven't drawn any weapons on them, so they're like, oh, maybe they're gonna be okay. Maybe they're here to help. Maybe they've heard of what's going on.
We are here.
Do you mean the white dragon?
Yes, there's a white dragon.
What?
I don't think they knew about that.
Oh no!
It was seen up here.
And almost in unison.
Gnomengarde.
In unison, they go under their sheets, and you can see shaking, a la like Scooby Doo. Yeah, their cartoon scare. Dragons. So they're visibly shaken and frightened at the prospect of a dragon, and you hear them speaking in Goblin. I mean, in Gnomish. Does anybody speak Gnomish in the party?
I asked that. I don't know.
Do not think so.
No, I don't speak Gnomish. Oh, I don't know. What do I speak? I don't know.
It's in the bottom left of your sheet.
I don't think I picked.
So you hear them. And
okay, they're clearly scared.
They seem to be coming to a consensus that maybe you've brought the dragon here. Like they seem to be getting a little bit of courage up to kind of like oust you guys out of their room, and you see them kind of like they're going, Zababa, Shamama, Zababi, Sadubi.
Could the most persuasive person in our party maybe try to persuade them?
And
upon
Babagaba, all of them pop out from underneath their sheets, holding their clubs, cowering. Like they really don't look like they're quite fighters, but they're ready to defend their home from you who've brought this dragon to them that you speak of. So
I see this, and I instruct everybody not to draw their weapon and to ask the most persuasive person here, probably the bard, to do some persuasion that we mean them no harm and we're here to help.
No problem, Corbin. And I just like raise my hands and I'm like, and I have no idea what I'm saying, but I just go with it, and I see what sticks on the wall.
Karamip, the one that was spooked earlier, she just starts crying. Tears just stream from her eyes because not only are these people bringers of doom, they're clearly insane, and they think that they can just guess at speaking a new language, which is that is truly insane. It's like my mom ordering Chinese food and speaking with a Chinese accent. It's really, you know what you did, it deeply offends a few of them. And they're questioning whether or not you have any sway over any dragon, or if there's any dragon whatsoever. So go ahead and give me a, I don't know, persuasion roll? Intimidation?
Don't bards have a like calm the masses action or something?
Oh, I'm not doing it. That's not where I am.
that's not where I am. So
I'll use my inspiration.
Okay, if you use your inspiration, that nonsense breaks the tension as opposed to sparking a war between the two. So you've calmed them down, and there's like a, instead, except for poor Karamip, she's still just bawling. You can tell she is like the scaredy cat of the crew. Everybody else just starts just dying of laughter. Not literally, you didn't kill them with your joke, but
things got worse. They're now dying.
Things are very bad. They've sounded the alarm. No, so they don't think that you're out to get them anymore. Short of Karamip, she's very sad. You're gonna have to like calm her down on a totally different level if she's just kind of out of it. So I think she was the one that was first awoken by your entrance and the light, and she thought it was the end of the tunnel. Like, she thought that she was going to see the light and go towards it in that moment. So she's just a little hysterical. So all of the different gnomes in the room are they're a little bit more interested, and they're kind of coming towards you, and they're like, so why are you here? If you speak of a dragon, but you do not know of our problems, why would you come to here to tell us of a dragon?
Well, we were sent from the town, Newfoundland, and Harblin,
yes, the humans.
Yeah, Harblin Wessler, the town master, said that we should come up here, and he said there was a dragon spotted in the area. I don't mean to scare you, but that's what we were sent here to look for, a map. And he said you might have something that helps, maybe you have something that helps keep dragons away.
Well, we are quite the tinkerers. It's quite possible that if there was something that you needed, that I'm sure we could come up with something. What is it exactly that you're looking for?
I don't know.
We're not really sure.
Ah, yes, the best kind of a quest. One whose ending is not quite sure. Well, I'm sure that if you can help us with our little problem, we could part with something that is of value to you.
Sure.
Oh, you having a problem too?
Absolutely. As we alluded to before you told us of this dragon problem, we have our own problems because the world does not revolve around you humans. We're safe from most dragons in here.
Are you looking at me? I'm not a human.
You human town of Fandolin.
There am I.
This is a gnomish place. So we are safe in the mountain. We don't need to sully ourselves with any helping of any of the humans, but we have a good reputation and good friendships with many of the humans. We always embark on trade and have no issues with your kind of Newfoundland. I know you're not a human.
That's good.
So
what's your issues here? Like, what's going on here?
Well, to be honest, we're probably not the best ones to talk to about it. If you go and speak with Fibblestib and Dabbledob, they would probably be better equipped to explain quite what the problem is.
Fibblestib?
No, Fibblestib and Dabbledob. This was another one of your halfling jokes. Very funny. Now, had you come the normal way, you probably would have run into them already, but You had
Is there another way? Is there another way to go from
an
here?
unorthodox way to come into our sleeping quarters.
We're sorry about that. Can you
Are
point us
you?
to the front?
Sure. Well, if
Without
you
like
wanted-
maybe having to go through the river.
well,
Yeah.
at this point, you've bypassed most of the entire place. So this is you've gone towards you just have to go south from here. Right over in this direction is where you would need to go if you would like to go meet them. Oh, but I wouldn't go in there without. Oh, and now as Corbin turns the corner, you go ahead and give me a dex
Thanks,
check.
Corbin.
Dexterity.
Dex saving
Oh,
throw.
They got trapped.
Ooh.
Thanks, Corbin.
Uh-oh.
It's just him that's gonna get hit.
Yeah, no, it's only Corbin. No, I was just kidding because he was moving while I was talking. So you let's see, we have so yeah, you can move down the hallway towards their workshop. You've been told that Fibblestib and Dabbledob are going to be in the next room over. Are you announcing yourself as you barge into their room, or are you doing the same thing to the previous room? Like you stopped in a nice, good place where you could be like, "Hey,
All right, knock.
dwarf coming in."
Wait, is there a door?
No, but you just walking
Okay.
right in because this is their bedroom. Why did it? Oh my gosh!
They could hear us. They heard the whole conversation.
No, they didn't. They're hard at
We're
work.
in a different room.
They're dabbledobbing and fibblestibbing.
We should learn from our.
We stomp
same
loudly down the
person.
hallway and forget to announce ourselves.
Okay.
You forget to announce ourselves.
So Fibblestib and Dabbledob, you as you round the corner, you hear them kind of like arguing or pleading their case to one another about how best to help the king. And you overhear. Actually, give me a perception check as you're walking down the hall.
You can do it.
Where is it? There it is. Oh,
You hear what sounds like gnomish muttering. But as you come closer and announce yourself,
knock, knock. Is anyone in here?
Say knock,
In a
knock,
less
okay.
creepy way.
all right, well, okay, I guess maybe barging in would have been better. The
Less creepy way.
you
Here's Corbin.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I enter with my axe in my hand, smiling.
As you round the corner into their room, they turn and they're caught off guard by the look of a dwarf that's walked into their space, and they say, Master Dwarf, I presume, maybe you can settle this for me. Which one makes more sense, a sanity ray or a straitjacket?
A sanity ray or a straitjacket? A sanity ray.
Exactly! That's what I said. He's this idiot over here thinks a straitjacket would do the job. I'm with you. Pleased to meet you. My name is Dabbledob, and this moron over here is Fibblestib. And they don't seem at all confused or caught off guard that there are people that they've never seen coming into their room. Because you've solved an argument for them and given them an answer with no idea what you've agreed to or sided with. So they are two gnomes, rock gnomes that look very similar on first glance to the other ones that were sleeping, except that they are dressed with tinkering stuff on. They have their sprockets and tighteners with them, so they seem to be at work next to a bunch of like tinkering things. So they've got tables lined with tinkering tools and sprockets and cogs and all kinds of mechanical machinery. That's yeah.
Ooh, what's all this? It looks complicated.
Oh, rather complicated. We are tinkering gnomes. We are actually the best tinkerers that Gnomengarde has to offer. We are here to save the king.
Wow. What's happening to the king? Why does he need saved?
Well, one of the kings needs saving, and the other one needs... Well, I guess they both need saving, to be completely honest, but one of them seems to be in much more dire... You know, it's kind of like one of them needs to actually be saved, and the other one, he needs to be helped. It's very confusing. I'm not gonna lie. One of our kings kidnapped the other king, and we're not quite sure why. He seems to have lost his marbles.
Spangle Luxie is completely distracted by all the G-Jaws up on the wall and on the shelves and things, and is just entirely ignoring the conversation and like poking and prodding and picking things up and, you know, twisting things and seeing, you know, "Ooh, what does this do?" Like just manhandling everything within reach.
So when you are kind of toying with all of their stuff, Fibblestib actually loses all interest in the conversation that was happening and says, "Oh, are you interested in tinkering as well?"
No, this just looks very exciting and complicated.
No. So you've never tinkered, I take it.
No, why would I do that?
Well, let me show you my wrench collection. Come over this way. And he goes over back towards the rear side of the oh, can't move them there. He goes over this way, and he's kind of like, you know, grabbing different tools and pulling them down and explaining with these kind of off the chart ways that they use these things that are unlike any way that you would ever expect them to be used. Where Dabbledob is, you know, he's very task oriented. He's like, well, now that one is out of the way, I can tell you that our kings are in quite a pickle. One has, as I said, kidnapped the other. He seemed to have gone mad. We don't quite know why. He was babbling about some kind of a shapeshifter. It's all rather confusing. Nobody quite gets it. Nobody's seen any shapeshifters. That is, unless, well, we've never seen you here. You aren't shapeshifters, are you?
Last time I checked, I'm not.
Nope. We shift no shapes.
That's exactly what a shapeshifter would say. Why can you?
No, it's not.
Let me ask you, why aren't you a shapeshifter?
This is my home, so I don't actually have to answer your questions.
That's what a shapeshifter would say.
Fair. You see, there are two of me, my, you know, Dabbledob and Fibblestib. We've worked and we are known in these parts. Like, I can speak with all of my friends. I'm intelligent and I have memories that everybody will corroborate. You, however, have never been seen in these parts, so I do not think that you are in a position to question whether or not I am the shapeshifter.
Well, if we were shapeshifters, wouldn't it make more sense that we would come in as a gnome instead of ragtag band of other races?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta keep pulling my thing up. Oh my god. Small
Can do
letters.
it.
Small letters.
You've
The other
got
P
this.
words.
Not perception, and that's
I know.
Fitch. Why are you? It is in alphabetical order, though, Court.
After.
Oh, there it is. I see. I'm sorry. I can't read small words. Oh. Oh.
He says,
Well,
Well, that
well,
didn't work.
your logic tracks, but I'm not sure I completely believe you at this point. Is there anything else that you could provide that would lead me to, you know, put these feelings at ease?
Spangle Luxie is awfully uncomfortable at this conversation.
Looking at wrenches and stuff.
Yeah, weren't you off looking at wrenches with Fibblestib over here?
Yes.
All right, so I don't know if you want to try to sweet talk Fibblestib and get some, you know, see how that's going, because it ain't going good over here with Dabbledob.
Show him the. I'm not in the room, but show him the paper from Harbin and Lester with the job.
Yeah. Okay. So we hand the job quest to Fibblestib.
Oh, Fibblestib or Dabbledob?
Oh my.
This makes a
Wait,
really big
Dabbledob
difference.
Dabbledob's the one we were talking to.
I think Dabbledob's the one about the ray that I answered, and he liked that. So I'm gonna do Dabbledob.
Okay.
Hand the quest to Dabbledob.
Dabbledob takes it. He pulls out an comically large, like, jeweler's loop, like for seeing the smallest imperfections in the teeniest little diamond, and reads it at a comical speed. Like he has to move his entire arm to see all the letters because it's magnifying it so much. And he says, this does seem to be from Phandalin, and well, I guess this could. Yes, this is certainly a human's handwriting, not a shapeshifter. Oh, clearly, you are who you say you are. Who is, and who exactly is that? Who am I speaking with?
We are a group of adventurers looking to rid the town of a dragon, and we heard you could possibly help with that.
Yes, I've read that on your job description. But what is your name, my friend?
Oh, I'm Corbin, and this ranger is Beatrice.
I see.
Would the other people like to come into the room and introduce themselves?
Now there will be no more surprises, will there? I'm not going to be caught off guard by another person coming in out of nowhere, am I?
No, they are coming. We are letting you know they are with us and they are entering the room.
I'm interested. Is it normal in your world to just barge in without announcing yourself?
We usually go to ends, so yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Interesting.
I am Kair.
Why, hello,
You're not in the
Kair.
room yet.
Thank you for pinging. That was helpful. Ping! We have a machine that goes ping as well. Well, it is wonderful to meet the three of you. Four of you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's four of us.
Is somebody on top of someone else here?
No, I'm not in the room. I haven't left the other room yet.
I believe I was down.
Okay,
down,
now I see where you're at. It's very wonderful to meet the four of you.
I'm 5. I'm still here.
You are, but there's definitely only 4 of you in this room.
Yeah, we're missing somebody.
That's your cue, Bard.
Before I leave the room, I wanted to walk over to Carol Whip and sing her to sleep.
Oh,
by casting
nice.
sleep on
You're
her.
gonna burn a spell slot on it. I love it. Yeah, go for it. That is an aggressive way to sing someone to sleep. I like that use of a spell.
Wow.
Might knock out the whole.
Now it's time to go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah.
You're just gonna knock everyone out.
Did everyone fall asleep?
So rock-a-bye, Carol Whip in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And down will come Carol Whip, cradle and all.
And you see them all as they kind of go back to their beds, and they tuck themselves in. They pull the covers right up to their noses and cuddle in with their little gnome stuffies. They say, those guys weren't that bad. And then she falls asleep, and the lights are out.
Magically falls asleep.
Good night, moon.
She doesn't wake up for 3 days.
She's out.
She's in a coma. You can't cast spells on normal people like that. Yeah, that was very, very sweet. You already have advantage, so you don't get it again. Or did you already use yours?
For advantage for what? Oh, inspiration. Yeah, no.
Sorry.
I'm just doing what's right. Hello.
You walk in, and Dabbledob goes, "Whoa!" No! What the hell? I asked if there was anybody else. Why wouldn't you guys tell me there was another person coming? And also, my back was to them and they came in and it scared the crap out of me. Fandolin, I tell ya, what the heck?
We don't have any, order. People label things A and B, and then they go to Z for wings. It gets crazy.
Well, sure. Have you visited the X-Wing here? It's in Lucastown.
Just trying to get that in there.
I don't know about that one.
It's funny.
So my name's my name's Clovis. I woke everybody up in the other room, and I just put them all back to sleep.
I was wondering how you guys got in from that entrance as opposed to the normal way that people would travel through our catacombs. But
it was a surprisingly easy jump.
I'm impressed that a 30-foot jump was surprisingly easy for such a short dwarf. But I'm glad that I've met you, and I'm hoping that you guys can maybe help us out a little bit. We're happy to help you. You help us, we help you. You figure out why our king has gone mad, maybe rescue the other king, and I'm sure we can find something that we have lying around here that could help with your dragon problem.
So, where can we find the king?
And what does the king look like?
A gnome.
Okay.
So, you may have met him. No. They both wear matching crowns, and they should be up in the throne room unless they've made it out of there. One of the kings just completely kidnapped the other and dragged him back into the throne room or into their quarters past the throne room, and hasn't come out since. He's been in there for 4 days.
Spangle Luxie takes a hard look around and makes sure there's not a really throne-looking chair here in the workshop.
There doesn't seem to be any throne-looking chair.
So
and they're not wearing crowns.
No.
Where,
Do you have any,
where is the throne room?
Oh, we'll get there. Let me ask one more question. We can keep moving, maybe. Do you have any evidence that this king is a shapeshifter?
No evidence of that. I mean, we haven't been able to investigate him, but it all seemed to happen right around the time that it's like a couple other gnomes went missing. But he started babbling about this shapeshifter, and it was as though he was crazy, gone completely bonkers, off the rails.
A mad king.
Is there a way that you guys can tell the difference between a shapeshifter and a not shapeshifter?
No.
This is a joke.
Not typically. I mean, it's not like in Pokemon where they have different eyes. It's not at all like that. They're generally really good about their shape shifting.
What are the king's names?
It's King Nerkly and Korbaz.
Which one is the crazy one?
King Narkly?
The crazy one.
King Norbaz?
Korbaz and Nerkly. Korboz and Gnerkli. Nerkly.
What?
It's a silent G. Nerkly.
And which one took which one?
Korbaz took Gnerkly. Gnerkly.
Oh my gosh.
When they're a shapeshifter, I take it they have no knowledge of anything that would have been the person's. So we could perhaps quiz them.
Absolutely. That seems like a reasonable thing to do.
What would you ask them?
To come out of their room because he has kidnapped his husband. It seems like a weird thing to do, and he refused. It was not a very good talk.
No. What would you ask them to know who's a what and what's a what?
What's something only they would know?
Oh, maybe what day they were married.
Okay. And what was that?
The day they were married. Yeah.
It was the 14th of Zabur Day.
14th?
So, are you saying the two kings are married to each other?
Yes.
Because, and this is going to be domestic, and that can be really dangerous.
Well, I do think that kidnapping in general, it carries weight that is past the domestic issue.
And
Well,
what do you want
I
us
do
to
a lot
do?
of counseling.
Oh,
Maybe
she's a great counselor.
I mean, go do however you want to help us. We're not turning anything away.
What thing is more common than you might know?
It's really quite sad. Okay.
How do we get
What?
to the throne room?
Yeah, how do we get to the throne room?
Oh, you just go down
Goofball.
that corridor and then up north. So you're
What should
gonna
we
go.
do to alert people we're coming?
You know
Announce ourselves.
what normal human beings do.
Not all of us are human.
I'll say I'm not a human. I don't.
What normal humanoids do. You know,
Kyer,
announce
what do you
before you
do?
walk into a room, and knock
Speak.
on doors, or like make a noise.
What
Any
if
of
you've
those
already
things.
accidentally broken into their home? And you need
Don't
to alert-
Probably just
accidentally
leave.
break into people's homes. That one. Start there. Go through the front door. Go through a
Okay.
gate.
Oh, okay.
So we'll begin walking towards the throne room, which is which direction?
Up in this direction.
Okay.
Hang it.
I did.
He did.
Didn't see it.
Oh,
Sorry.
I didn't see it.
Don't ask me to do something.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, okay. I see it. I had to zoom out.
So we're going to begin walking this way. Hello, is anybody down this corridor?
There shouldn't be anybody down there. Don't be stupid. It's just the king and his husbands.
Hello, walking through the corridor. I'm at a door, I believe.
You certainly should be.
Thank you. So I will knock on the door and say, we've been sent here to investigate what's going on with you two wonderful kings.
Go away! I know your game, crazy shapeshifter. You ate those two and you're not getting us.
You sound quite unsettled. Could you tell us what's happening? Why
Oh,
do
you
shape-
know what you did. I don't need to explain yourself to you or whatever. You know what I mean. Get out of here, shapeshifter.
We're not shapeshifters. We've been invited from outside to come and help resolve the shapeshifter problem in your kingdom.
That's just what a shapeshifter would say. Ah!
I don't think talking to him is going to work in this situation. Maybe we should just go in.
Should we force
break
our
down the
way to
door.
the door? Okay.
Wait, we have to check to see if the door is locked or not.
Can we try to open the
Let's
door?
try to open the door.
Yeah. Maybe not try to bust it down right away.
I try to firmly turn the doorknob and open the door.
You cannot open the door by just normally opening it. It seems to be locked from the inside.
I feel like we could talk him down, but if you want to break in, let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna kick the door down as hard as I can.
Wait.
What kind of door is this?
We don't need to kick the door down, silly. We have magic. That scares people too.
Oh, okay. We're trying to. Okay. I'd just like to say we're trying to prove we're not shapeshifters or malicious, and we're either using harmful magic or physical force. But okay, let's do it.
So
You don't need-
in between the laughing of King Korbaz, you hear kind of muffled like.
Okay. So the other king is in danger in there right now. So I'm gonna kick the door down. What kind of door is this?
So
Can I examine the door?
a mega heavy wooden oak, like fit for a king, that kind of door.
Okay. Big hinges. How do we want to get in, group?
Well,
Wait,
I mean,
I forgot everybody's name in here.
You could just stay with
I
the
was gonna say,
Beatrice.
Lexi has a giant mace or with them. Can we just like break down the door?
I have a hand axe. Axes are pretty good on wood doors, but
True.
all right. So
I
I'm gonna
have that
take
mace, but I'm not very sturdily built.
I'm gonna take a huge swing with my hand axe to try to get in through the door.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll the hand axe attack?
Yeah, you do roll an attack. You make contact with the door and go ahead and roll damage.
How do I do that?
You hit the hand axe button. That's right there,
I
underneath
did.
it, underneath the roll. There you go. So
Oh,
you
wow.
did 8
Nice.
damage. So you make a loud splintering crack. You don't break the door down, but you do make a very loud noise, and you hear coming from the south, your friends Fibblestib and Dabbledob. What are you doing? I don't understand. You were here to help, you said. Why did we leave you alone for even a moment if you were going to attack our kings? What the heck, man? If we wanted to break the door down and attack them, we would have done that. We don't want to provoke him to kill the other king. What the hell? And they're very, very upset and feel like we would like you to come with us right now, in this instant. Please come back to the workshop.
Dabbledob, I'm sorry that happened. Let me take care of this.
Us too.
Let me take care of this. And I walk up to the door and I cast Unseen Servant on the other side of the door.
Okay.
And I command it to unlock the door.
The Unseen Servant?
Mm-hmm.
What can it do, and what level of?
It can perform simple tasks at my command. It has an AC of 10, hit point 1, strength of 2. It can attack, but it's unseen, and I can mentally command it to, it can fetch things, clean men, full clothes, light fire, serve food, pour wine, stuff like that. But so if I'm casting on the other side of the door, it could open the door for me.
Okay.
I wish we knew about that one before we used the axe.
Well, I just wanted you guys to have some fun.
This will be fun. So the door is the door unlocked? What's
before it can do anything, so it comes into existence, right?
Yes.
And
it's I put it up on the thing.
It's invisible. Okay.
Creates an invisible, mindless, shapeless force. Unless they have true sight.
I just wonder if you have to see it, like the space that you poof it into. But I guess I don't know if that you do or you don't. So
it springs into existence.
Well,
And
it's
unoccupied.
mindless and shapeless, so it can still probably go through a door.
A servant can perform simple tasks that a human servant could do.
okay, so it tries to open the door and it's fumbling around with the locks and you hear it go clink, and it does indeed open. What would you like to do?
Enter the room.
So I'll rush in as you're playing interference in the back of the line in the hall and see what's going on in the king's bedroom.
You hear the
No way.
Let's see. You heard a clink and you open the door and you can see inside. I have to move individual people into it. So who's moving in first?
Guess me.
Well, yeah, I would have gone in too. As soon as the door opened.
Okay.
I'm almost
how
like
small the hallway is. It's hard to tell. But
almost kind of like hanging off Corvin, like to slow him down.
You were both on the same token like space, so I couldn't select you underneath. So you come in and you see that as you guys are going in there, you have two gnomes that are very much in tow and interested in seeing where it is that you are gonna where you're going, and you see that the room is seemingly empty.
Where'd they go?
Is it a trap?
can we examine the
All
room
right,
carefully?
guys. Someone back up to the door. This worries me. Okay, I'll back up to the door.
So what are you guys checking?
I'm going to carefully examine the room for any evidence of where they were or where they went.
Okay, give me a perception roll, an investigation roll.
Is it just an empty cave at first glance, or
No, this is their room. This is their like kingly quarters.
Can I give them?
So it's just furniture, but no sign of anybody.
Yeah, furniture, beds.
Okay.
You see there's like a little sticky spot of glue on the ground that like some stickiness.
Ooh.
Yeah.
PG-13?
Ugh.
No, glue. God,
Is that what they're calling it now?
you guys are
No
weird.
glue.
You guys formulate a plan. I'm gonna run to the bathroom in like 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Well, what inspired him?
Breaking
You
your
guys
own
keep talking.
rules.
Yeah, there's glue.
All right, guys. Your investigation roll was not great.
Yeah.
Not gonna
We
tell
have
us much.
So we have 2 angry tinkerers that are curious.
You can. I would re-roll. I would use your inspiration and re-roll that.
Okay, I'll use inspiration and click re-roll while he's doing that quickly.
That's the way to do it.
So it was investigation, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh, that didn't help.
Oh.
You're a ranger, man.
You suck.
I was poor, so I'm kind of
You pretty
Out
much
of
just kept
luck.
your eyes closed.
yeah. So it's gonna be one of you to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, I'll
In terms of investigating, at least.
say I can give it a shot and see what's going on.
I mean, we clearly
Would it
need to
not
ask-
be if you're using that inspiration on your first roll? Would it not be
I think
that
it would
12?
be the 12.
Okay, so
Unless that's for advantage.
I don't know. So I used it. So whatever it is out of those 4, I
Yeah,
guess it's 12. But
he re-roll. I mean, it would be the 7.
it'll be up to the DM on what that
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
does now.
My guess is they probably magic themselves invisible.
So I can use.
So someone might be able to hit it with some detect magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can
Beatrice.
do that.
And
Would be
someone
my
blocking
guess.
make sure you're blocking the door when we will go in. Then
I mean, it's a heavy door. I don't
I'm
think
blocking the door.
a tiny person could do
no
it.
tiny invisible people can get out.
So how do I link my ability in there?
You just click it.
It-
But
Oh,
But wait,
okay.
but wait, but wait,
but we
wait,
should
wait.
wait until
Wait.
Jay comes back.
Yeah, yeah.
So
before-
okay, so first off, your investigation that you wanted to use advantage on, you already rolled both rolls. That 8 and that 12. The 12 would
Okay.
be the advantage roll. So the first
Okay.
one that's on there is your first roll, and the second one on there is what you would get for advantage.
Okay.
If you're choosing to use advantage, then you get that 12. If you don't use the advantage, you would have been using that second roll. So you said I'm using advantage.
So we'll go with 12. Okay, that's fine. Let's lock it in as a 12.
Okay, so
but it still might fail.
yes.
Might.
And you don't notice anything specifically with the 12. The Courtney, to answer your question, you find the spell and you click it and it'll show us what it is in the chat. And
Yeah.
so if you are casting detect magic, excuse me,
Mhm.
is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay, so you cast detect magic, and for just a moment, give me a perception check.
Wait, I give her inspiration.
Okay.
Your bardic
You said
inspiration.
perception.
So you get to roll another. So you add a d6 to that. So ooh, good.
And you've already used your advantage, right?
She has not.
No, I
use
have
your
not, yeah.
use your advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, little
So take
dragon.
the 23.
Yeah.
Click your dragon off. Yeah, 23.
So
And is off.
as you begin casting your detect magic spell, what you would expect to see when detect magic goes off is a faint aura or glow around anything that was magical, and you don't notice anything in the room. However, the very moment that you begin casting the spell, you do notice, just for a glimmer of a second, that all the lights in the room kind of like dim a little bit, and there's shadows that weren't there a second ago. Nothing malicious, but just kind of the shadows that you expect to see from normal, light. And you realize just for a second that there was kind of everything was very well lit, and like a beautiful scene that was perfectly lit, and then it looked more natural as you cast detect magic. But you don't see any traces of magic around you, and there doesn't seem to be anything that leads you to believe that they magic themselves out of here. There's no residual magic sticking around.
Except for the gnome glue. Eric maybe could examine the gnome glue.
I don't know a whole lot about gnome glue.
So as you are looking around the room and you've got your detect magic spell, you do hear a clunk on the door.
I was standing by the door.
And then you hear what sounds like scurrying.
Oh, they stuck by.
Oh, they did sneak by.
What? I was in that space.
I thought he was blocking.
You're very bad blocker.
I'm small. I am small. This is such a small joke. I get it.
You guys.
Maybe we should.
I think someone just ran by me.
Okay.
And your gnome friends that are in the room say, "Well, what do you mean somebody ran by you?
I don't know. The door clunked and I heard scurrying.
Did the door open?
I don't know. It said clunk.
You heard a clunk and you think that somebody ran by you?
And I heard scurrying.
Where?
I asked it. I go, something. Can
Well, go
somebody
look.
help me? Okay. I open the door and I run out.
You go to open the door and it feels like something has been jammed up against the door and it doesn't open the way that you would expect it to open.
Does it still open?
No,
Stuck.
it does not open.
So I send my unseen servant through the door and to remove the blockage that's clearly in front of this door.
Okay. So you move it and it seems like there was a chair that was jammed up in between. So there is no sign of anyone outside as you move outside. Sorry, you open the door and you can see outside. Anybody else that wants to move out of the door, that they may.
I don't see anything out here. Do they have invisibility spells?
Well, detect magic was just cast, so you would not
there's no
expect
spell.
that they can do that.
But they're
I'm still gonna be
gnomes.
looking
Maybe
in-
they tinkered something.
Under the beds and behind, in the drawers of their
Sorry.
cabinets. and
Dabbledob, is there a way
tipping
for the
chairs
king-
over and stuff like that. I'm not tipping them over and leaving them. I'll be, tipping them back and looking to see if there's like a trap door or something underneath.
You don't notice anything in. Well, actually, I guess you go give me a. You're checking like the beds and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're checking the beds and stuff, you don't notice anything. You're coming up empty.
And the dressers and any other furniture.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and move around where you are in the room and just tell me where you're checking and I'll you've got 3 places you can check.
All
So
right. Well,
you've
so the
checked-
bed would be first.
Okay, so the bed's over here. And
How the hell would I know that?
I'm just, but you can just move and I'll tell you where you are and what you're checking. Or if you have a specific thing you want to check, like the bed or the dresser or whatever it is, I'll move it to the spaces. And you don't have to roll. You're checking for specific things. You're not. Yeah, I'll tell you if you find anything.
I'm looking to see if anybody's either hidden in or like there's like a maybe a secret hidey hole that they might just be kind of cowering within.
Yeah, I'm saying like literally move your character. You're getting 3. If you happen to find something, I will tell you. Like move it to 3 different places.
Is there a bed here?
No, yeah. I moved you to the bed. The bed was right here.
Oh,
that's what I said. You're here. You're checking the bed. There's nothing there.
Oh, I see.
That is done. You have 2 more.
Is there one dresser or is there 2 dressers?
There are 2 dressers, and they are right here and right here. Which one?
I'll do the first one closer and then the second one afterwards.
There is nothing in the first dresser, and in the second dresser, there's a mirror, like a handheld mirror. That's all that's in there.
Special at all?
I don't know. You want to pick it up?
Ooh, what's this? I look at myself in the mirror.
It's it's a very fancy mirror. It looks like it is the filigree on it is very fine, and it looks like it was done by master. It was probably a gift for their marriage or something.
Does my hair look okay?
Oh, it looks beautiful. It's like perfectly in place. It doesn't look like you've been trudging around in a cave or waking people up from their sleep.
That was all. That was the dressers were completely empty otherwise?
Yeah, this seems like they were pretty cleared out.
Guys, their dressers were completely empty except for this mirror. That's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, that's weird.
And there's nothing out here. I can't see them anymore.
And I think they ran away.
Can I
Is there
like
any
look at
tracks?
the room through the mirror?
Sure.
Does the room look different at all through the mirror?
No, you just noticed those same like the shadow difference that Beatrice had kind of noticed as well. Like when before you kind of looked at you would have looked at the room and you feel like there wouldn't have been a whole bunch of shadows. There would have been like it just would have been lit. And now, while this detect magic spell is going on, there just seems to be no shadows in the room. I mean, the shadows are there, like the natural shadows.
I wouldn't see Beatrice's detect magic. Is this just what I'm seeing within the mirror?
No, I'm telling you that's what you see.
Okay. But through the mirror or just in general?
In general.
Oh, okay.
The mirror.
Corbin, do you see any prints on the ground? Do you see any or Beatrice? Do you see any prints on the ground? Any tracks, like which way they may have scurried?
Yeah, let me try to track them and see if I can tell where the trail goes.
Okay, go for it. Give me a dungeoneering check.
Where the heck is that?
It's in the same list that all the other spells and skills are in. I think it's called dungeoneering.
Dungeoneering?
No,
see dungeoneering.
it's called survival.
Right?
I survival.
Okay.
It's not dungeoneering.
Is that 4th edition? It's called dungeoneering. Yeah, you notice some what seem to be like it's not survival. It's not.
Okay, what is it?
I mean,
Perception.
we're fine with it being survival for this, but because that's what I asked for. But
Perception.
we're good. So you notice that there seems to be some dusty tracks that go back in this direction as we ping, and they come back to this door.
Okay. I found some tracks. Let's go this way. And then I don't know. Our friends are still with us, so maybe we have to talk to them. Did they see what happened as well? Did they witness this?
They're
insanity?
super confused. They're like, we don't get it. We've been dropping off food in front of their door every day, and as soon as people are gone, they come out and get the food. There've been people in there.
Dabbledob, do you think that they could have
I don't know what to think.
Okay, follow me. Let's go this way
Never
and follow
mind.
these strange tracks.
Lead the way.
Going to be kind of trailing behind, walking
way, Corbin.
backwards and looking through the mirror.
Okay, and yeah, someone in the back, just make sure we don't hear footsteps go by us again. Don't let them double back.
Well,
Okay.
I'll try, but clearly I'm not any good at that.
Spangle, you're going to need to move your character wherever it is that you want to be moving them, but you're out of the room at this point. If you were moving
I'll
backwards,
just
that
be
is.
following, trailing behind everybody else. So
I'll take up the back, try to listen out for anything.
So I'm at another door. Can I examine the door? Can I get a description?
Of this door? Yeah, it's a large double door. There are like these gears that are kind of like inlaid in the wood, and it's very ornate and it's very like gnomish. It's super gnomey.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask Dabbledob if he can look at the door and tell me. Well, let me knock first. I'm gonna knock first and see if anyone.
Now
hears
you
us.
knock.
That
You
would-
learned.
The time to knock is probably past.
Yeah.
You knock and there's no response.
Okay, so then I get Dabbledob to take a look at the door and see if he can help me get in.
He looks at you in absolute bewilderment and says, you really don't know how these things work, do you? And he just kind of reaches over and pushes one open very easily. It's just a swinging door. So he's just absolutely befuddled at that. This is what's tripping you up.
I live in the woods most of the time. Okay, doors are a foreign concept.
Oh, okay. Maybe one of the other guys could. Does anybody else understand doors? Do you guys? Is this? It's no big deal. So you open the door and you're able to go in and you see what you can only assume is the throne room. This seems to be the place where there are two different. Hold on, I think there's actually a description of the room, which is situated atop a stone dais are two squat thrones made of scrap metal and sized for gnomes.
Okay, unless one of you want to examine the room for signs of these invisible people.
I can't. I'm a human. I can't see anything here really.
Oh, all these rooms, everything inside is well lit. There's.
Oh, you said it was dark earlier.
No, I said the sun does not penetrate this area. Like as you walked in with the waterfall, like that area that you could see, but everything in here is nice and lit. There are torches and there's lighting. You are well lit in here. If anybody wants to go inside the throne room, you just let me know and I can move your character through the door that is existing but is actually open.
Okay. I'd like to examine the thrones and look for evidence of the invisible footsteps.
Okay.
I'll go inside.
Alrighty. Beatrice is in. Oh, can't move him that way. Here.
Be idly wandering around last.
Beatrice. And Clovis, are you staying out or going in?
I'm staying out for right now. I'm just trying to be just trying to stretch out as much as I can to feel the walls and like see if anyone's passing me. Like 'cause last time someone just walked past me.
You're scurried by you.
You're not so sure. I mean, I want to make sure that you understand that when you guys got that door opened, there was something jammed from the outside. Not
Yeah, no, I understand.
Okay, all right.
I just wonder if something I didn't know. Like I'm assuming they walked past me. I'm assuming they're invisible. But
that's we think they're invisible right now. It might be something else, but that's the path we're on.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Well, the mystery will have to wait for next week. It's 10:30, and we are gonna call it a night. And we are gonna wrap things up with the D&D, and the mystery of the missing kings will continue next week. Dun dun dun. But thanks for playing, and we got through a good amount of the content over here. We got to Gnomengarde. We had our first thing go on in town, and we have visible maps for you guys, which is exciting for me. So I did figure that one out. Yay,
Jay.
We got there.
Are we gonna kill a dragon next time?
Nope, probably not.
I hope so.
Another thing, and you guys may have noticed this or may not, I don't know. If you clicked on your icons, there's like a number or there's a couple numbers that pop up. So one of the numbers is your hit points and the other one is your AC. The one in the red is your AC and the hit points is your 20. So it should be bound to that, and as you level up on your character sheet, it should adjust appropriately. And
cool.
So, and Spangle, I don't know why yours isn't showing up. I guess maybe I made yours or
no.
Okay. Was it something you did?
I deleted it.
Oh, okay. Thanks. You don't need
no problem.
You don't need that. You don't need no help. So so that's it for the night. Thanks, guys. Thanks for playing D&D. We'll pick this up next Monday on The Real House Elves of New Phandalin. Yeah. We're going to go and do a 5-minute break, and then we're probably going to play some Overwatch or just hang out for a little bit. And we're going to play some Overwatch. Let's be serious. So thanks, guys. We're going to BRB.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night.